Guys, it's been a busy day, a rainy day, and I haven't been able to do my videos because we got this great new feature on the website, community feature. Since YouTube keeps banning us, how pathetic our Kurt Jester Ben Gay is, right? I mean, I posted something that was fact that he and that abomination, who's his so-called owner, fucking, 4'1" midget Holly, and he got pissed off because I said basically what was fact. They both want hubby porn stars 9.2-inch dong loser to bang them in the ass, and he's a sneaky motherfucker, as his own pals say, and got us suspended on YouTube, and it'll be 2 weeks, and I don't care. Our YouTube was banned before, we all know that. Took me a couple of years. It only came back after President Trump signed that legislation after he came back in September, when was it, 2024, requiring social media companies to not just ban people randomly and just give people another chance. Of course, it's not going to matter. They're still doing it anyway. I've been saying it forever. Now people are saying it. That X has just become ban central. And like with everything else, it happens to me first. People don't believe me, but I keep predicting the future, and no one listens. But, so we've been busy with that. There were some security loopholes. Most of you idiots won't even notice it, but Steve Jobs, if I do something, I do it right. Steve Jobs, his grandfather was this carpenter, artisan, and he would design wooden cabinets, and these wooden cabinets would be designed, fantastically well, and he would pay special attention to the back of the cabinets that nobody would fucking notice. But he said, people do notice, and he's right. People notice. They notice everything. They just don't say it. But, I keep having idiots tell me he wants other people to talk to me and all that. I don't even talk to nobody, man. There's no point. And, especially this whole thing with he flirts with every girl. And, I don't. I don't even talk to any girl. And, this girl approached me today. She was the guy. He was feeling ignored because she just up and approached me. A young girl around 20, and I thought she was 23. And got, beautiful dark skin, long hair. It was lovely. So yeah, in case you see this video, but I was gonna video the conversation because it turned out to be a very interesting discussion about patriarchy and everything. But I asked her if she was comfortable. Dude was comfortable. Dude was like, "I'll take a video," but I'm like, let's ask her because there's a lot of freaks out there, and and then I told her I'm gonna put you on my website, and she was like, "Can I see your website?" And I'm like, "Well, it's banned in certain countries, India being one, Pakistan being the other, and a whole bunch of other countries, but." I'm wondering if I should unban it. But then you have the issue with spammers, and so basically, I've been talking about this stupid forum, this voter registration list, and I'm not even supposed to be on it because at this point in time. And everybody around me, the government has said it, you must do it, more control from, you let the government control you. And I'm like, boom, 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 no. Nobody would listen. And she was one of the persons deputed through an agency to help people fill out those forms. And I'm like, well, let me just ask her. And I asked her, is it a legal requirement? She told me, no, you can tear the form up and throw it away. And I thought so. None of these fucking lawyers could give me a fucking straight answer to it, because nobody knows shit. Especially these shark-like lawyers that just want money, 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 but they don't know shit. Like, even in my family, my sister's supposed to be this hotshot lawyer as her husband, and, weak fucking grip. I just pull him like this, and total cock, and neither one of them know. When asked, when quizzed, they're like, "Oh, but we're non-practicing lawyers." Yeah, hotshot. Can't give me a simple fucking answer for a divorce question. Just say no. People won't admit it. But, so we had this, the numbering's all off where I live, house numbering. She was asking me, and I was completely in my own zone and not talking to her. And she was like, "Excuse me." She was speaking the local language, and I was like, I pretend not to understand it, and then I spoke to her, and I'm like, and she was really nice, so I tried helping her, but the numbering's all fucked up, so I helped the best I could. And guy was like, "You have such a fantastic accent," and I'm like, accent? I ain't got no accent, dude. You got an accent. And he's like, then what they were meaning was like a Western accent, American accent. Hell, I don't know. I mean, Americans call me British, British call me Americans. What am I? I got all these passports, which I'm not going to tell you which ones, but, you know. Uh, and then we had this discussion about hypocrisy and, every time I meet a person, man or woman, they agree with everything I say. Everything I say. And she agreed openly. She was like, certain countries have so much patriarchy in them. And I'm like, well, that's a good thing. And she was like, yes, to an extent it is. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to make a girl a complete slave. You provide her with what she wants, but she has to give you something in return. And she agreed, and she agrees that there's a different set of rules for men, which is even more hypocritical. Like women and fat cucks can hire female housemates, but if I do, no, you can't, because I'm flirting with her. And fucking, people hate people like, and I'm standing out there in the midst of a heavily populated area saying all this shit, which is why I wanted to do the video, because I wanted you guys to see I don't give one shit. Boom, boom, boom. I say what the fuck I want, provided it's logical and true, and I'm not attacking anyone, And she was very polite, or very respectful, And I wanted to wait till I did this video because I still haven't done my workout. I've been busy with a lot of text changes, and we're developing our own apps on both sides. And, but, then she was talking about her own country, India, which has so much potential. And I'm like, yeah, but look at all the feminism, look at all the hypocrisy. And we agreed. Russia and China, the only countries that have it spot on, And she kind of wanted me to take her number and all this, but, I could sense, she wanted to stay in touch, but I wasn't sure how to, that'd be kind of unprofessional, and if, I wouldn't mind debating her. I mean, I was standing out there, a simple request for help turned into a 20-minute debate. Interesting thing, the guy was like, I have a problem with, cigarette smokes. I was standing, when I smoke with people, I stand back and I blow like this, so I don't blow the smoke on their face. Girl steps forward. She's like, I got no problem with it at all. It's all good. And I'm like, yeah, classic signs, huh? But my point isn't being hubby porn star. My point is that nobody, especially women, I mean, you have idiots like Ben Gay saying I put him in chains. You have idiots saying, he mistreats women. He says you should beat women. Da, 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 da. Fuck you. Nobody I ever meet in person and that I have a discussion with, the only reason people don't want to discuss anything with me, even in person or online, is because they're wrong. They know they're fucking wrong. If you sit down with me and you discuss something logically, you'll find out that I'm not this nasty fucking misogynist and psychopath and all these other things y'all call me. Well, psycho maybe. Yeah, I am totally psycho, and I love it. But no woman ever disagrees with me in person, buddy. No woman ever disagrees with me in person. They cuck you because you're weak, and I brought up the exact same issues of hypocrisy and different set of rules. And this is a young woman, right, in a country where feminism is boom, 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 even more than the West, and she agrees. They all agree. The older women agree too. Sometimes that thing is, you gotta be willing to listen to the other person. And sometimes the thing is, like little Ben sorts, you need to stop getting triggered because you're a loser, you don't get any. So you're looking at me, I get them all without even talking to them. And that's what you hate. You are lazy, you're fat, and you can't get them. All right? I get them. Simple. And that triggers you. Okay? And, if you can get past that, maybe the world will be a much better place because there's tons of people like that, and maybe you can have a rational discussion for a change. Just wanted to put that out there, And I brought up the fact, have you ever seen a woman hold an umbrella for a man? She was like, and I'm like, people call me this misogynist and all this, blah, 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 but am I really that? I asked her this too, point blank. Everybody says I flirt with every girl under the sun, and I'm like, do you think I'm flirting with you? And she's like, not at all, not at all. And she steps forward 1 foot ahead, and I'm like, and I wasn't, I don't. It's just societal garbage I can't stand. And there's a different set of rules for men. It's completely hypocritical, completely baseless, completely not warranted. And these people you should believe, the moon is yellow. Yeah, sometimes it's red. There was a red moon a couple of days ago, but it's either red or it's the color of the moon. But they want you to believe it's yellow and rainbowish. As an example, analogy. And with such people, boom, boom, boom is the only fucking answer. And she said it, nobody wants to discuss it, nobody wants to consider the other person's point, nobody wants to think. Women say these things, women can feel honesty and they respect it, and they will gladly sit down and discuss patriarchy with you and all that. So anyway, I'll end this video because I gotta go do my pull-ups and lots of work still remaining. A couple hours workout, then I'll eat, then I'll probably train more, then till 2 o'clock in the morning I'll be working, and but yeah. Anybody that disagrees with me, let's get on a call. Let's get on a logical conversation. Anybody, could be anybody. And let's talk, okay? I'm not a violent person, but when people try and force me, when they push limits beyond repair, then there's only one option. I don't fuck with people. I don't talk to people. I avoid people. But, when people try and force me, when they take my freedoms away or try to, when they try and restrict my freedom of speech and movement, welcome to Texas, motherfucker. And, of course, when, like with Ben, they promote pedophilia and this kind of crap, Boom, boom, boom is sometimes the right way, but ideally, I would prefer to sit down and talk, Then you have people that won't even let the other person talk based upon their own assumed power, Fuck these kind of people. And they'll just gaslight, and they'll just, engage in hypocritical banter and bullshit. Gaslighting, oh, he's playing the victim. No. You see me? Do I look like a fucking victim, asshole, idiot, bitch, whatever the hell? I don't think so. Playing the victim, my ass. Oh, this confession doesn't make me feel good. Yeah, who gives a shit? Life is tough. It's brutal. Get used to it. See y'all later.